What up, though? Welcome to Bloop, y'all. Bloop, 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 bloop. Welcome to DJ Nig's last episode here, because that nigga's fired.
So quick, so fast.
So quick, so fast. But, I mean, what? His name was DJ Nig. What you know? What's going to happen? Niggas,
affirmative action was supposed to happen.
Niggas get fired every day, B.
Yeah, man, son.
Dead ass.
Dead ass, son.
Yeah, man.
Hey, wait, what's that voice I heard?
Yeah, man, son. Yeah, man.
I hear a deep ass
like, you know
voice.
what I mean?
I
We
hear
up in here with, my man Luck and shit. Man, we getting money today.
All right, this man right here, I've known this man for many moons. Many moons.
Ooh, boy.
Many moons.
We got about 20 joints.
Man, it's
damn
a
near.
stretch. I mean, because he said like 20 joints and shit. So he met me when I was 2. You know what I'm saying? Because like a young man like myself is a young man. And one of the first things I heard about him was you battled Craig G, right?
That was one of the major battles in my life, definitely.
All right, audience, if you don't know who the hell we're talking about, we got Supernatural in the house. Make some noise, help the room. Make some noise for Supernatural, y'all. Come on, what's up with the claps, y'all? Oh, I know it's early as fuck, man. Shit.
With the air horn on the phone. Love it.
Don't tell them how we do it, man.
Sorry.
Supernatural,
Bloop.
MC Supernatural. Where are you from, sir?
I was born in Marion, Indiana, little tiny little country town.
Right.
And kind of was raised up in New York City, Brooklyn.
How'd you make your way from Indiana to New York?
Cousins. I had cousins from Long Island. It was from Bayshore, Long Island.
Right.
They came to Indiana to visit for the summer. They was the super fly cousins too. You know, like the
The
cute
ones that put you up on shit.
Well, no.
Oh,
No,
what?
no. I was already rocking.
How did hip hop come to you?
Oh, that's the question.
That's
the question. Hip hop came to me in a couple of ways. My mother, I always gotta give her the credit for the infection. Right. She brought the Rapper's Delight record. You know, They used to smoke reefer in the room.
I'm sorry, they like doing construction.
It's all good.
Here,
you know,
man.
we under construction, but we good.
It's build, destroy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But she brought the record and
Rapper's Delight.
Yeah, and I heard them play it one night, and I was in the room, and I was just absolutely fascinated with what I was hearing.
What's that?
Yeah, like it was like that type shit. Like, wow, what is that? So when my mother would dip and go to work, I would get the record and put it on the turntable. You know, black parents don't touch shit in the house.
Don't
touch shit.
records.
Don't ask for shit. Don't look at that type of thing.
Yeah.
But as soon as she would leave, I'd be the first one with that record, and I listened until I. This is always funny to me because I turned the record over one day and it was an instrumental. You know, that was my first.
How old?
That's that aha moment.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I got bored. You know, like any kid, you learn to rap backwards and forwards. You learn the song. Everybody had one song they knew. You know what I mean? And everybody,
so that was your song.
Everybody knew that one. Everybody
and the
did.
chicken tastes like wood.
Yeah. But when you turned the record over, it was an instrumental, so I just mimicked.
And it's a long-ass instrumental.
Yeah, I think it's like 15 minutes or something. For real, like party version.
Word.
And I just jumped on there and I started mimicking what I was hearing. And from there, it just, a couple of other things happened. There was a dude, I always got to give him credit. His name was Jimmy Butler.
Right.
He was from Webster Avenue, Bronx, New York.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a hustler in the neighborhood. And he had a guy that used to come visit him from New York City. And, just the lack of, that we'll leave it there. And there was always tapes that would come with him. And that's when I started hearing all of the other shit, the Rakims, the KRSs, the Chuck Chill Out, Mr. Magic, Marley Marl, and those tapes became a hot commodity in school. That was a quick $5 for me for every dupe.
You had to.
So I would dupe.
Buying $5.
I would dupe the tapes.
How'd you get the money?
No, I would.
Oh,
you bring the tape.
Spider-Man.
You bring the tape. You want to dub this? $5.
Better than
that's your
slanging
hustle.
necks.
Yeah, that was
So you always been a hustler. Damn.
That was just one of the little things we did in school. But that's how the whole Supernat freestyle thing happened. I really thought, I was under the assumption at that age that, damn, they just go in the studio and just
That's what
rap.
everybody does.
That's what they do now.
I just thought they just went in the studio and just rapped.
That's what they do now.
I didn't assume. Exactly. Yeah. So that's really how, I guess, going into that with no fear, living in the moment, was created for me. It was like, fuck it, I'm going to just say what's on my mind, and if it comes out good. And over time, you get better. You got your homies telling you, yo, you said that 7 times in a rhyme. You know, I had cats around me like that.
That was telling you.
Oh, hell yeah.
They let you know about
yeah,
your...
like when rap really started taking off, like if I would be rhyming, my cousin was good for that. You said yo like 7 times in the last verse.
It's important. That's why you're where you are today, because you can't just surround yourself with yes men.
Exactly.
That's
why I don't roll with an entourage.
Iron sharpens iron, man.
Yeah, you notice I'm never with an entourage. Just always kind of smooth with dolo.
Okay, so when did you? What was your first major thing you did in hip hop? As far as like, did you intend to be a battler, or was you into that, or like why?
Nah, not even.
Was it like new music seminar or something?
Well, my first taste of winning something, they had a contest in Indiana that was sponsored by the USA Roller Rinks. It was a place called USA Roller Rinks, and they had cats. It was from like Cleveland, Cincinnati, Indiana. You know, like the Midwest. And I actually won and got all the way to the like finals and got beat by a little girl. You know, it was like a little chick. And,
Nicki Minaj?
No. When I say a little girl, I mean she was like a young girl that rapped. And
she was 7.
I don't even remember her name, but I do remember she got over on the cute card. You know,
she didn't have bars?
No. She had that one rhyme that whoever taught her. She delivered the shit. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. That's what made her win.
That's all she needed to do was deliver it. Yeah.
You know, but that was my first contest of like got a little trophy. You know, and all that
trophy. You still have it?
My auntie has it. I gave it to her.
What years we talking?
This was like 80.
That's before I was born.
Anyway, but carrying on to the other part. No, and then I got my big. You know, the big shot. I heard about you. The big shot when everything changed. I was in the park, you know, just to speed it up. We used to rhyme in Washington Square a lot. That was like the meeting ground for like MCs and everybody. Fat beats, skateboarders, everybody. It was Greenwich Village was the shit, you know. And we would go there and rhyme. And people would come through every day. You know, I'd pass the hat, you know, make a little $50, $60. Once again, I was always in the mind.
She was busking.
Yeah, you know, like, Ron, hey, you showtime? You know, come around 3:30, 4 o'clock, play the little radio.
Was you doing the hold something up back then?
Even back then.
Damn. So you invented the hold something up then.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that. Yep. We'll definitely get to that. That will be addressed today. Yeah, I know why we here, Luck.
Know why we here, son. I mean to win that, by the way. It's a nice bodyguard, you know what I mean? Security in this motherfucker. Smack one of you niggas.
No,
this late ass nigger in there.
But all jokes aside, though, no, that's where it started in Greenwich Village, and I was there one day, and Cat passed through, and he was like, "Yo, I know how to get into record labels," and I was like, "Yeah, whatever." And he was like, his name was Speedy Richie. He was a bike messenger,
right?
So
I thought you were gonna say Mexican.
Nah, bike messenger, man. You started your shit. Bike messenger. Let's be very specific.
He's a bike messenger.
But he in his own way, you know, like he knew how to get into the labels, and he introduced me to this cat named Alex Strail. Right. Long story short, Alex walked me to like 5 or 6 different labels in 1 week, and we ended up at East West Records.
East West. I remember that they had the two-tone little
East West and Sylvia Rome. Sylvia Rome was the head lady in charge at the time. Yeah. And I got a deal by freestyling. I didn't even have a demo tape. We just went in.
Got a deal freestyling, you motherfuckers.
I went in and I told her, I said, here's the remote control. There's the TV. Right. Turn TV on. Turn to any channel you want. Play the beat, and I'm gonna rhyme what I see on TV. And it was a rap. I got the deal that day.
That's what's up.
I didn't sign the ink. I didn't ink right there on the spot. But she told me, you good. You good money with us. And then I came back, you know, about a week later, and we did all the paperwork. I got signed. And this was all surreal. You got to understand.
I know. From Indiana.
I'm from Indiana. I'm 19, getting ready to turn 20 years old. And I'm sitting in front of one of the most powerful CEOs in the business at that time. I'm not even really understanding the magnitude of this shit. You know, I'm like, I want to rap. You know, like that was really, you know, and that was really the purity of it. But, you know, that was probably one of the greatest teaching moments of my life, you know, getting signed to a major so young and going through all the shit that I went through.
People don't realize Cass was young doing it back then.
Yeah, man. Getting like full-on deals,
and Tribe and all that, like, it was like kids.
You know? shit, I was touring the other side of the world when I was like 22. You know,
so
like
that means you've seen a lot of the different ass.
Oh.
Globally.
No comment.
I have two, by the way.
That is NA for this conversation, not applicable. Okay, NA.
I'm sorry. You're a married man. You don't want to bring up old shit.
It's all good.
I know you got a closet full of skeletons, man.
It's all good.
Anyway.
What was your favorite city to travel to?
Oh, man. Favorite city of all time that I would have to say where I enjoyed the most would probably be Australia.
Yeah.
I went to Macau, China, which was very interesting.
Right.
Very interesting. And, Africa. Just spending the time that I spent in Africa was amazing.
What parts of Africa?
Senegal. West Africa. I've been there like 3 times. And I got
had love, huh?
A lot of love. A lot of good people out there. I had some really incredible
beautiful
experience.
people.
Beautiful people.
Motherland.
Good food. Yeah, incredible.
Great food.
Incredible beach in Senegal. Nice beach. That's a beach city in Africa. So
you see where it comes from.
Whew.
It make you understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
I'm scared to go to
Jamaica too.
I'm scared to go to Africa, man.
And Jamaica was a great experience. I got to go to Jamaica with Damian Marley and the whole crew and perform out there, and that was like the turn up. Y'all big thing one in Jamaica.
Big thing, brother.
You owe me vacation.
Big
vacation. Big vacation.
Big up to the Ghetto Youth crew. Yeah.
My question to this. Label, all this. When did the battle thing begin for you?
Oh, that was part of the story with the label because that's how the battle thing ensued after that. So after signing, I started hanging around at the office a little bit more, going up there like once, twice a week. One of the A&Rs was like, yo, there's this thing coming up called the New Music Seminar. He said, do you think you can win it if we put you in it? Arrogant, young, cocky motherfucker was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Do it. Let's do it, And I only got signed up as an alternate, because it was the thing was already filled.
Booked.
Everybody was
who was part of this contest?
The MCs? Well, the only probably notable, and that's no disrespect to the guys that was in it, but the only notable MC that went on to do things was Mad Skills. But
he's from the Midwest too, no?
No, he's from Virginia. But that's
Midwest
East.
to me.
No, that's the East.
They call that the East Coast, but to me,
yeah. Where you from?
I'm from Massachusetts in New York.
Okay. See, he said Massachusetts and New York. You see, you try to throw the disclaimer on there. Massachusetts is still the same shit. Anyway, he said Massachusetts and New York after he tried to throw them under the bus.
Well,
it's all the East Coast, man. Anyway, it don't matter.
All y'all some East Coast ass niggas, man.
I mean,
you from Indiana?
If it's snowing on you, then you're good.
Oh yeah, well it snows where I was from for sure.
But if you ain't handling no snow, like Miami people thinking they East Coast, I'm like,
oh
nah,
that's
some whole other shit.
But anyway, so I was an alternate, and one dude just happened not to show up that day. I got fucking real lucky. I got super lucky. A cat, I think he got a little drunk. One of the contestants got a little faded before the battle, and he just was like, fuck this, and dipped. And I was sitting on the sidelines. He was like, hey, you're in.
And it was just freestyles.
Yeah, the whole thing was freestyle. And just to give you a little bit of background on the battle, it was thrown by Superman Clark Kent, the sneaker genius, sneaker genius. It was his whole production. It was called Superman Clark Kent's Battle for World Supremacy. That was the whole name of the shit. They had jackets. And matter of fact, this is a relic from the past, 1993 championship.
Is that ring. A ring from it?
Yeah, I won that. I wear it from time to time. It's like a good luck charm, so I still wear it.
It is a good luck charm.
I've had it since 93. It says 93 MC on the side, and the S was Clark Kent's logo at the time.
Oh, man.
The S. So
got trophies on.
Yeah, so got in as an alternate and just said, "Fuck it, man. You got to go for yours. You got a record deal on the table,
right?
This is like, and it kept happening. Like all of this crazy shit just happened in concession, like right behind each other.
That's how things be happening.
So then I won the battle, and started running around New York.
Who was your last person you beat?
Mad Skills.
Oh, you served Skills?
Yeah, they just posted it actually on He just posted it because I gave him the VHS that he lost and sent me the edited shit.
Dude.
But anyway, I just want to put that out there.
Hey, Skills, you got to come up with that VHS.
Yo, bring that fucking tape, baby. gonna need that tape.
No, nah, but yeah, so it's up so you can see it. And Puff Daddy was a judge. Tracy Waples was a judge.
Was Dante a judge?
Kevin Lyles. Oh, you talking about from
Dante Ross?
Nah, but he was there. He was there.
He was there.
He was there.
Wait, was it a tight battle or were you clearly serving him or what?
Well, I crushed all the earlier contestants got destroyed.
That's why he didn't give you the
got crushed, and then Skills towards the end we had it got good. It got good. There's this one funny part in the battle where it's this dude in the front row. And he's this most deepest New York Italian accent. He's going, "It's a tie. It's a fucking tie. It's a tie." And you can hear it. You can hear it's hilarious. When you go back and watch the video, there's some cringeworthy parts even there for myself.
What do you mean? You said some
just some shit where I was like trying to be extra, like really like making faces and shit. And I was like, wow, I said, boy, he was on one right there. But, I look back, it's cringeworthy shit. We all had those moments as performers.
Man, I keep watching certain show footage, like before a certain date. It's like, oh, dude, why the fuck was you yelling in the mic like that, my nigga? Like,
exactly.
Damn. That's why I'm all in ears now, though.
So, yeah, I won that. And then after that, I ended up getting on the radio. I got a job on the radio the next year. Like I said, it was surreal. And I was on Kiss FM. I had
as a host or
I had a radio show just like this, sitting in there. I had everybody come through from Biggie, Craig Mack, Fat Joe, Cuban Links, Smith and Wesson. Like I used to interview the whole, and they used to come on the show. And let me tell you, if there's anybody that's watching this show or hears this show, and you have any of those tapes, of those recordings, please contact me, because I was a dumbass back then and didn't have the foresight to tell my brother, yo, pop on the. Record this shit. Me and Craig G waged war on 2 different radio stations in New York. We made history. Yeah, after the battle. The first battle that we had, I was so...
What happened?
So...
Where was it at?
It was all in the contingency of what I was telling you. The getting the deal, boom. And then... Then we have this new music seminar again the next year. And I was a host. And the shit popped off there.
Craig was coming for you.
Craig was coming for the head.
He was coming for your head.
No pause. But he was coming. and he was coming. And, we ended up, battling. And, some people was like Nat won. The majority was like he won. For me, I never really experienced something like that. So it was a, kind of a mind screw for me.
What do you mean?
Just like I had never experienced like walking out, yo, this the dude that got beat by Craig G. I wasn't even supernatural no more to certain people. It's just like everywhere just to certain people. Yo, son got smashed. Like this was the shit I would hear. This went on for like a couple of years. But I remember the next week, I was so pissed off. I was like, fuck it, I got a radio show.
So I'm about to air him out.
Airing this motherfucker out.
What'd you say?
And so the way we set it up was my man was in the booth. He had headphones on, listening to Hot 97.
Right.
And he would go, yo, Nat, he just said blah, 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 blah. And I would get back on and I would rattle off.
What was you saying?
Oh, shit, I don't remember, man. This is all freestyle.
Kind of like, what?
Dude, this is so long ago. I can't even remember. This was a heat of the moment. Upset.
You're upset.
Get my shit off.
You wasn't cussing, though.
No, it was radio. No, it was radio.
Yeah.
It was radio. But, I mean, we kept it within due bounds. And then we battled again the next year. That shit was like an ongoing thing.
Did you get him?
The next time it was ugly.
You got him?
Yeah, the next one was because it was...
You were ready. You would have been...
I've told this story a million times, but I'll tell it one more time.
One more time for BLOOP.
We was coming home from a party, and I was on Broadway in Manhattan, and this kid came up to me, and he handed me a flyer, and it was like Craig G performing at the Cooler, April 23rd, blah, blah, blah. I was like, wow, that's my birthday. I said, you know what? I'm in this motherfucker. We in there. So I told my brother, I said, just me and you. We ain't taking a whole group of people.
Never did that.
Let's roll. So we, put my war gear on and went in. And I remember I was sitting at the bar, and he seen me. And he already knew it was the business getting to go down. It was on some real, straight up gunslinger shit. No crowd. No, we didn't promote this shit. I was like, I'm coming to get some of my energy back, motherfucker. You done been running with.
Yeah.
So he had someone in his emissaries come over and was, try to delegate, yo, we should do this for some money, get the shit right.
Yeah.
I was like, nah,
this
we're
is
getting it in
hip-hop.
tonight.
Yeah.
Period.
It's happening.
And so I was like, it's up to him. I mean, it's his stage. So he got on, he did like his first song, and he couldn't resist. Excuse me.
He said, he called you out.
Yeah. He was like, yo, something, fuck that nigga Supernatural. And I got on stage and we just went at it. And I remember saying something like, you don't got a style, something like you used to. Never heard a hit since you've been with the Juice Crew, some shit like that. And talked about his face and all kind of his mother, and we was pushing each other, and it was ugly.
It was ugly.
There's the movie Freestyle. There's a part of that in there where you can see it, and then you hear him smack. I used it on my album where he throws the mic down. He goes, "Fuck you, Supernat. I still waxed you," and he left. And it was his show. He left
How
his
you
own
throw
show.
the mic down and leave
and he left.
Oh, that means you got him.
Yeah, so he left. And,
Done.
I remember there was a bouncer that was pro Supernatural that night. He was really like, the dude on the door was loving me. And he was like, I told you, fuck with him. But it wasn't even that serious. But he was like, for him, it was like, told you. So that was
I miss those days, man. Everything is so PC now, man. Fools act all friendly and shit, or just... Now when fools have problems with them, they fucking talk shit about each other on Instagram and shit.
But see, now this guy sitting across from me, now we tie into you. Yeah. And he's like, Supernatural. In the movie, he was like, and he dissed Juice. This guy always wore his heart on his sleeve. He's like, yo, Juice written. But anyway, that was you that said that. Not me.
Wait, I said that in the movie?
Yes.
I know because Juice, I could tell that Juice has things that he writes that he incorporates from freestyles. Yeah.
Which is what they do now when they battle, right?
No, they
most
write.
dudes that say freestyle now, they're written.
All written.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the shit that you see on the radio shows.
The term freestyle now is for a written.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
kind
of
of
like
makes sense.
It's like a mixtape. It has nothing to do with a tape. It's a fucking MP3. I remember a mixtape was an actual fucking tape, nigga.
Well, it's like off the head, going off the head.
Seen it
that's the difference, I guess, to kind of like make a difference between what it is. Like a freestyle, they're always...
I said that about Juice in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wait, they interviewed me like on Telegraph.
It might have been Sunspot.
In Kevin's movie?
No, he don't know about that kind of shit. No, the movie Freestyle.
Yeah, Kevin.
And then I was talking about, because I seen...
Yeah, you was like a Supernatural's like the greatest freestyler in the world. We sampled you too on one of my records saying that shit. It was dope.
Because you fucked me up one time at the House of Blues. You was on one.
Oh, see, those shows are the best ones.
See?
When you catch me in that perfect setting and the sound is right, and my mind is right, you're liable to see some shit that like you'll never forget. Like I can remember moments where I was in the moment and I did some shit that I was like, damn, that was dope, even to myself. But I had to keep going in the midst of it. Like sometimes you're creating on the spot. That shit is blissful. I can't even explain to you, like learning to live for that moment. Like doing records is one thing, but being able to freestyle and evoke an emotion out of 50,000 people or 5,000 people or whatever. That's a blessing, man. And that's one
like
thing,
what? That's like Miles and them. Like I equate it to like you being like a jazz musician and your vocals an instrument, and they're like
exactly
just
me.
Improvisation and shit. I will say this though. I want to ask you this. I don't know if anyone's ever asked you this. Between your beginning and that whole journey and all the things that happened with you, where did you lose the hunger to make records back then?
I never lost the hunger to make records.
Or concentrate on it at least.
I think that people always expected me
to just be freestyle man.
Well, no, not only that. Like they would see me on stage. You gotta understand. Like I said, that's in the moment. It's electric.
Yeah.
And a lot of people held me to a standard where they were like, "Yo, we want that to transfer to his records."
Huh.
So a lot of times I got caught in the dichotomy of being a freestyle MC. That's really probably one of the way more creative than people even really understand with me. Like, like I make incredible records. I write soulful music.
Right.
But sometimes being in hip hop, we get this thing where you got to be the illest, super most lyrical gutter, and you lose the sight for me sometimes of music making. There's a difference between writing rhymes and making music.
Yeah.
And for me, I never fell out of love with making records. I think the records that were released, they weren't they weren't conducive to who I was as an artist most of the time. And another thing, like,
whose choosing was that though? Who chose that?
The Buddha Blessed It was chosen by the label. My first single was chosen by the record label. I had a song called When I Was King that I thought was just brilliant, you know, to be that young, talking about, you know, African men remembering when they were kings. They were like, fuck that shit.
They're like, we don't want to hear that.
We don't want to hear that. And, you know, that was my first encounter with, you know, a lot of people don't know, you know, I'm a black nationalist. You know, I ride for Africa. For sure. All day long, and that's how I was raised, you know. And I think that music itself has such a powerful conduit of communication for a black man, let alone any man. Right. But I'm just speaking, you know, in general for myself. I felt like I had a voice, and I think a lot of times, you know, you 20 years old saying that. Come on, like, you're a threat to the industry. No. They're not looking at you like, yo, we want to embrace this kid.
I tell people all the time, like with us. Not to interrupt you all the way, but it's like when labels were hollering at us, and we came in and being like telling them like what we knew about how we know about the industry. They're like, "We don't. Okay, you guys are cool. Bye."
So that's what kind of like happened to me. But I was blessed enough to have a stage presence that carried me for 20 years, man. 25 years. I haven't lived off anything but hip hop music.
Make some noise, Supernat, y'all. Yeah.
Bloop. What was you gonna ask, brother?
Yo, one of my first magazine cover that I ever designed was for 4080 magazine, 1994.
I was just looking at this.
You were on the cover. And I would look back at it now, and I was like, that was the first time I figured out how to put an image inside of the type. And just like I have all these memories from it because I was learning how to do. I didn't go to college, so I learned how to do design on a national publication, and the first cover happened to be yours.
Wow. Yeah, I do remember. Damn, that was my first. That was actually my first cover story. Like that was the first cover of a magazine I was ever on.
Word.
And y'all sitting here in 2017.
Wow.
Look at that.
Small world, man.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And that was actually the magazine that really tells the whole origin of what we're just talking about. It's like a 5-page article in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, with pictures and the whole.
That was a good look. I remember when that dropped.
Yeah,
great look.
Great look.
Dude, I remember the Wake Up Show battle.
Oh.
What happened?
Tomorrow with Juice?
Yeah.
That was the after effects of that. The aftermath of that.
Tell me, give me that day. I don't care. I want to hear that
the Juice day?
Your day. What was your day like?
The day, the night that it happened.
Leading up to that.
Leading up to the
that moment.
Okay, I'll keep it short, but it was an interesting day. They picked me up.
It had to be a crazy day.
We'll start in New York.
All right.
They called me. They was like, yo, we got this thing. We want you to battle this kid named Juice. I didn't know who Juice was at the time. You know, this is just keeping it 100. Yeah. I didn't know who he was. So I started calling the homies, you know, like we do, our network. Homie, you know Juice, you know Juice. Called Charlie Tuna. Charlie Tuna was like, yeah, I know Juice. He's from Chicago, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, he was like, yo, he could freestyle, you know. And so they was like, yo, we got $3,000 if you come and battle him in L.A. I said, make it $5,000, and whoever loses, they got to stop rhyming. And you know, I was just on that type of shit. You know?
Forever?
That was for a while. You got to shut the fuck up. You're done. Yeah, shut it down. Even though that didn't, it didn't go like that. But anyway, flew out. They picked me up, and I remember I was, you know, once again, like black nationalist, my African vibe. I'm always real spiritual out when I get to the hotel room.
Right.
So they dropped me off, and I was like, yo, I went and got my little fruits and set up my little shrine, candles, and so the guys come back and they walk in the room. They're like, yo, what is this? You doing voodoo or some shit?
Doing some voodoo?
I'm like, nah, man. I said, you wouldn't understand it. But anyway, you know, I said, I pray, and, you know, anything I go into that's a mission or a journey or whatever I do in life, I always call upon the spirits to guide my path, and that's what I was doing. So, you know, took a little spiritual bath, jumped out the bath, got dressed. They had a limousine downstairs waiting. Got there in a limo. I remember all my homies was already at the spot waiting. I got out the limo. I had a hoodie on, and Charlie Tuna describes it best. He was like, as long as I've known you, I've never seen you look like this. So I guess I had the business face on. Oh. And he was like, you walked in. He was like, you walked in, and like, he said, you didn't even really speak to me. He's like, I didn't take it personal because I knew you was getting in your zone. But, yeah, got upstairs, and we had this one cat that used to roll with us. His name was Darkseed. Moose. His nickname was Moose, but he was like a big 7-foot gorilla, big monster cat. And
was that security?
He was like one of the homies, but we used him as security. But he was the type of homie that was very playful, like a big dude to come and sock you in the ribs. What up? You know, but really fuck you up, that type shit. So he went to the bathroom or something, and he came back to the dressing room, and I guess Juice was in there, you know, and they had a conversation, but he didn't know he's with me. Right. And he was like, yeah, get ready to mop soup and that, you know,
he was
washed up. Crumb, old ass, blah, 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 you know, and so he just took the information and came back downstairs. He's like, yo, check this out. Just downstairs, if you lose, I'm punching you in your face. And, you know, but he was joking. It was jokingly, but that's how he joked. So but I kind of thought he might have been serious.
You're like, I can't lose. I can't lose.
No, I can't lose. But anyway, so the battle went on, and that was an ill one. That was a fun one. Like, that one was very memorable.
That's when you ripped down the poster.
Yeah, see, people hadn't seen no shit like that before. No. You know what I mean? And it was once again, the moment. Something as simple, like my mind was looking around like, it's almost like you getting choked out and you're looking for something to grab to hit a motherfucker with. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, the poster. And I was like, and when I ripped it, and as soon as I did that, the crowd was like, and I was like, and you just see his head just dropping. If you go back and look at the scene,
I saw it. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, he's done. Now just
ripped his soul,
beat him. You know, and
ripped his actual.
And
soul.
for me, I've never been a battle rapper. I want to be very clear on this.
Okay.
I am an MC that defended himself when necessary.
Huh.
That's the difference. See, an MC should always be skilled in his technique. All y'all motherfuckers need to be able to defend yourself.
You need to be able to
if
defend
you're
yourself.
attacked by another MC. That's the art of verbal self-defense. So, you know, art. I just won't, you know, stand and let somebody totally disrespect me. But at the same point, you have to have respect for the swordsmen that you meet along the path, you know, on some samurai shit. So for me, that's how I've always approached it. Like, in my whole life, I've never said, yo, I want to just smash it.
You don't want to flex your black belt.
Yeah,
once you have a black belt, you reserve that.
It's like I never went around and started no battles and none of that in my career. Everybody always came for me. So, you know, I just had to defend myself.
Or when you wanted to win a contest, though.
Well, even the New Music Seminar, that was still a challenge. Somebody's like, can you win it if you get in it? And I was like, I don't know, but I damn sure give a hell of a try.
Right.
And that was some good shit, man. There was one dude that I can't, and I'm sorry for forgetting him. His name was MF Doom.
Oh, man.
And let me tell you something. He was a bad motherfucker. He said some lines that I still remember.
Like what?
He said, now that's something I do remember.
Doom was battling back then?
Yeah.
Was he Zevlov X or was he
Doom? Not that Doom. This dude was the Doom that was from Frederick Douglass Projects that got shot up. And he's paralyzed.
MF Grimm.
MF Grimm, excuse me. Yeah,
Doom.
Grimm.
Oh,
yeah, not Doom. Excuse me. I always do that. Grimm. But
Grimm is a crazy writer.
He was a bad dude.
Yeah.
And I remember what did he say?
He didn't say this to me. I think he said it to Skills or one of them. Maybe it was me. Yeah, I think it might have been me. He said some shit like, I have flashbacks like a Vietnam vet. I'll smash you in your neck and leave you shaking like an Etch-a-Sketch. He said, I'm a 60-second assassin, a verbal lieutenant. You can't blow throwing grenades with the pin still in it.
And he's in a wheelchair rapping the whole time too.
And then I said some shit that he wasn't in a wheelchair.
Not yet.
And I said sleeping. Right now you're peeping. And then I switched my voice and I said, I'm going to show you the true definition of grim reaping. And I started talking about death and I was walking towards him once again, crowd went, moment.
When'd you come up with that one, the impressions?
Oh, that came from just listening to so much hip hop back in the day that I would do that as a joke. It was a joke. It was purely a joke. Like we would sit around.
It was just a joke. But
the homies sitting around being funny, and I would try to see how much I could sound like them. And what happened was when I finally got booked for my first big tour, I was like, yo, my man was like, he called me, he's like, yo, I want to bring you to England, and I got like 20 shows for you. And I was like, okay. And at that point, I had never went on a run. You know, like I did. So I'm like, it was always easy to jump on the stage, 1, 2, 1, 2, dip.
Right.
So basically what I did was took my best freestyle routines and I chopped them into parts, and that became my show. Wow. So the imitating voices became, now watch this. I got that. I learned to use that in a show from watching DJs. Every MC has a part of the show where they go, come on, let's dance, play other people's music and shit.
Right.
You know, play everybody else's music.
Yeah.
So I would do that rhyming.
How many voices you got?
Yeah,
How many voices you got?
And that would always, that's a crowd lifter. You put that in the middle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I ain't going to give you too many jewels out here on how I do my shit. Because I already got a few biters out there doing my shit right now.
Who's biting you right now?
Harry Mack. His name's Harry McKenzie.
Where's he at?
And I don't, you know, I
we're
just
giving him too much shine right now.
Yeah, no, I want to make it very clear that, you know, like, it's not even about shine. I've spoke to the brother. And
what do you mean? What'd you say?
I know. I just called him up and I told him, I said, hey, man, I'm kind of still using that, you know, so you got to be careful.
What did he say?
And he was like, well, let me get a little bit more in depth. I seen the videos and I started watching the videos and I was like, freestyle MCs have words that we lean on. Some more than others.
It's got a crutch.
I call it more of a connection. A crutch is something. A crutch means you're crippled.
You're limping.
A connection takes you to the next stanza of bars that
Filler.
you have.
Segue.
Yeah, it's a segue. But sometimes you can eradicate those words, and sometimes those words work, and you won't even know that I'm using them. But I know the words. I know them. And I was watching a video, and I seen him use
your words.
Yeah,
shut the.
And I was like,
that means
no,
he
that's how.
studied you.
No,
He
no,
studied you.
Studies.
So as I watched it, I told my lady, I said, I bet you any amount of money that this dude is a music major.
Huh.
And she goes, why so? I said, let's rewind it and watch again. This is how serious I am about this rap shit.
Yeah.
I said, yo, he's counting out. He's counted out a rhythm, and he's figured out, he's basically deconstructed and reconstructed what I do. So come to find out, he's a music major. He's a drummer. So he figured out through counting bars and stanzas that, okay, this is how he does it.
He's a technical biter.
He back engineered your science.
Yeah, reverse engineered. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. And at the end of the day, I didn't take it too personal. I figured like it was flattery at one point, but then I started to see a few more videos, and it was no mention of me. But until he got to, like, I think Be Real Radio and somebody brought me up. Then he decided finally. But when he was on the Jose Cruz show, there was never no mention of me. There was never no, yo, Nat is nothing. You know, so I finally got in touch with him, and I just said,
How'd you get in touch with him?
Through Facebook. I hit him up.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, this is supernatural, and I need to holler at you. And I said, yo, man,
Gulp.
I said, I don't own freestyle, and I wouldn't be as, you know, conceited or self-absorbed to say that I do. I said, but one thing that I do own is the things that I created. I said, them routines that you doing are 20 years old, man. Them joints, and it was like, you look at me as like an old jazz or blues musician that was in an old folks home. I'm still alive and well, motherfucker.
I'm doing this.
I'm using these bars.
Wait, is he still? Is he still doing it? Is he still doing it?
I don't know right now, but I got
Where he at, man? Let's go get him.
No, I have a meeting coming up with him. We're getting ready to set the record straight.
Can I be there?
I told him, I said, look,
Let's do it on BLOOP.
There's a few packages that we can offer you. We have the juice package, which means that we can just smash you.
Oh, these are historical packages.
We have a few packages.
We could offer you.
The juice option.
You have the juice package, or we have the viral visual package where you will stand beside me and you will tell the truth. It's just that simple, man. It's like fuck. Like y'all motherfuckers didn't create rap. Rap has been around way before you, and we paved the way for a lot of people to even be on microphones. And I'm not saying the youth should run around and praise the old motherfuckers, because first of all, I'm not old. You know what I mean? Let's just make that very clear.
No, you're not grown. You're just a grown-ass man.
I'm a grown-ass man. Let's put that out there. Let's be clear. I'm not an old head and all that other shit that they be saying. Yeah. And I run circles around most of y'all motherfuckers.
Still,
so
to this day.
At the end of the day, it's a certain level of homage that is just given. Like somebody told me today, he said, yo, your whole career, that's all you did. You know, and that's really what it was. To be accepted by Rakim and Kane and, you know, all of these different dudes, and to hang out with the Tribes and the Pharoah Monches and the Mos Defs and the Talibs, you know, there was a certain mutual respect that was given within the circles that we ran. And I think the frequency of the music is so fucked off right now that people don't really understand what's happening to them. Like when you slow the mind down with codeine and Percocet and all of this shit that is now Xannies and all of these things that are now like common knowledge in music, you usher kids into a catatonic drug state. And that's the foulness of this industry when they take something that destroys lives in seconds. Syrup destroys lives in seconds. If you don't understand that culture and you fuck with that, it just takes you down a dark path. And then the music facilitates it. It's a soundtrack to destruction.
Also, the morals now. The morals are gone. Like, remember, like, biting. That used to be a thing that was just like,
it was unallowed.
Not allowed. Now it's like, motherfuckers straight up bite motherfuckers, and all they gotta be like is, okay, well, he's just influenced. No, no,
you're stealing.
You're stealing. You're something
that's not even a year old, and you're stealing it.
You a biter.
I mean, when you listen to a lot of the music today, I try to sit and make a difference between the beats. And what happens to me is when I listen to the newer music of now, after about 7 songs in, it sounds like one long track, that all of them rap to. And I found out something the other day that was very interesting on how the evolution of that music came about. I was watching an interview with this kid, Zaytoven, and he said that trap is basically lazy hustler music. And the guy asked him why so. He said when Gucci Mane used to come to the studio, he said that they would he would want to do 10 songs in one night.
Yeah.
And he said, so I would just make beats. I wouldn't give a shit. He said, I would just make these beats. And he would do the real cheap, bubblegum shit over the songs. And that's really what it developed from. And then he said kids started mimicking that style, that slow, repetitive, borderline, I'm sleep, I can't understand you.
It's called mumble rap.
Yeah, I didn't want to go there, but but anyway, that's
mumble rap. Not even.
And I'm
once.
not here to bash the youth, man.
I'm not bashing.
I enjoy the movement, but I do see the firsthand, ramifications of what it's doing to people. I see it on the street. I see some of these kids that don't give a fuck and are just doped out of their brains, and it's all because their favorite rapper is saying that. You got cats like Future that rap about that shit like all the time. That's his whole spill. And he's super famous for that. It's crazy. It's just crazy what we find is art these days. It's like the skew of the mental image of how we see music right now is definitely,
and see ourselves. Yeah,
the playing field is all fucked up. Even for the cats that are out there that are making positive music like Kendrick and Anderson .Paak, and I love Anderson .Paak. I think he's a brilliant artist. Yeah. I really do. I really think he's
I like the
smart.
stuff he does on his own story. I heard about him. He's all over Scarab's last album.
Yeah, he's
before he was even known. And shit.
Yeah, he's a dope dude. So but see, once again, a cat like that, not a lot of people understand how ill he really is to me, and that's by design.
Well, yeah, ill ain't cool. You're going to be dumb to be cool now.
Yeah. So. Hey, fuck that lyrical shit.
All that smart shit.
Yeah.
Being all smart and
but
shit.
It's reflected in politics, too, right? It's like being smart, is this elitist thing, and being dumb and being basic is what's
the
up
bullshit
now.
they teach you. I think articulation is a weapon. Go read some shit. Learn how to talk
Word.
in public. Learn how
yourself.
to speak to people.
Learn it.
You know what I mean? Like that goes a long way for me. People fear an articulate black man. As long as you stupid, it's cool.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you fucking up the hood, it's cool.
Who else been biting you?
No, that was it. Nobody. That's the first time I dealt
Were
with that.
Were you mad
man.
about the freestyle record Merce did?
Oh yeah, it wasn't even freestyle. Let's clarify that.
The rapping for 24 hours.
The karaoke record.
Oh shit!
Keep it 1,000. If we're gonna talk about it, keep it 1,000. I mean, we're gonna keep it real, right? This is what your show's about. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah.
I knew we was gonna go there, so it's all good. I mean, I love Murs. Me and Murs spoke, but I had to be very clear with Murs on the whole conversation.
How did it happen? How'd you hear about it?
Me and Murs was at the House of Blues. Short story. I don't like going into them too long.
Right.
We was at the House of Blues. It was funny. Oddly enough, we both had on the same kind of shoes that night. He had on, and don't take this no way Los Angeles, but I had on red Chucks. He had on blue Chucks. It was funny, but they were like limited edition, like undefeated. And that was the conversation piece.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we have the same shoes on, blah, blah, blah. And we started having one of those conversations. And then, like homies do, what you up to? How you been? We always do that. When I see you, we do that. And I tell you what I'm doing and whatever. Same shit. And told them about the idea. And told them, yo, I'm getting ready to do this thing 24. I want to rap for 24 hours with 24 different producers. And I had this whole concept, and we were going to shoot a movie about it, so we were trying to get people like Pete Rock and, Kev Brown.
Wait, why is this all past tense?
It's not past tense yet. We're just getting here. But
Robert's like,
no. So we was going to do this, and we had this whole concept of like telling my life's history through why would I want to do something like this? And one of the things was it was 24 hours, 24 producers, and I was raising money for 10 charities around the world.
Oh,
so
that's dope.
Yeah, and so we had this thing lined up. Me and my partner, my business partner from DMA Management, shout out to them. We
who that?
Robert Madison, Ram 3. We started. He came along. And he was like, "Yo, maybe we could put this together and help you facilitate the idea." So we started working. We started talking about it, taking meetings with different people. We had some sponsors that were interested in. Him as my witness sitting here, like we were right in the meeting and we were closing, really, basically getting the goodies, getting ready to get the goodies, and the dude was like, "Hey, what's this?" And I'm like, "What?" And it was like MERS goes for 20. And I was just kind of like hurt.
You're hurt.
More than mad at first.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, am I bugging? Am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. That's my first thing. I don't want to come off foul. Right. So I was like, maybe I didn't say nothing, but I knew I did.
You did.
I was very clear that I did. And so I was cool. I was cool with it. I was cool with it. But then I got up the next day and I went to train. And it was in the moment I was hitting my jump rope.
You got pumped up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
And I don't ever. You can go and look at my Instagram and notice that I don't point the camera towards my face and talk much. That's not really my style at all. But I got caught in the moment.
You went
once
on.
Again.
You went on IG and did a message. What'd you say?
Yeah.
What'd you say? What'd you say? What you say?
So me and him had spoke like a week before, and I was like, "Yo, man, we did oddly enough, we did a show in the Bay. You was there.
I know.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You was there while I'm talking all this shit. You was there, motherfucker.
Hey, I'm just playing devil's advocate right now. I'm just a radio host right now.
He was there, and I don't know how to. Once again, the gods just do shit. Me and him ended up sharing a tent that day.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm like, I get to the show and I'm like, dude, but MERS is super nice.
Did you just steal on him?
Ain't this a bitch? No.
Steal on him when you saw him?
No.
Wow.
No, he came in and I said something to him. I was like, yo, man, what's up? For real though, bro. Like, how you gonna do that?
You kind of fucked my deal up. You
kind of staging my shit.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's not the same. It's karaoke, bro. I was like, it doesn't matter.
It's just
it's 24 hours. It's the whole thing,
rapping,
like it didn't really matter. So he was like, and I was telling him, yo, I was going to do the movie. And he was like, look, maybe what you could do is we could do the movie. And then like, since you're going to have like certain parts talking about freestyle, like you could put me in there as one of the, and I'll never forget this, that he said this, man. And he probably denied, but he was like you kind of make me the clown. So I was just like,
wait, what?
Yeah, like kind of saying, no, I'm serious. This is what he kind of said.
No,
this is what he said to me, and I said the same thing, and I said no, I said clown, and I remember saying this to him on the phone. I said I would never want to ever make one of my brothers a clown.
No.
I said that's not what this is about.
No.
I said, dude, it was just the fact that you did it, and I'm telling you, you took some food off the plate at that very moment, and it wasn't about the money. It was the fact that I shared something with you. And I get it. It was two different things, totally two different things.
It reminds me of like Be Real and Ice Cube.
So karaoke and freestyle, two different things, definitely.
Yeah.
But I respect the homie. He was like my brother. He's one of my brothers. Like me and MERS was cool.
Business,
many times. This is not to throw the homie. And I want to clarify this. I got caught in the moment. So
what'd you go on IG and do?
So I remembered him saying the clown thing. And so I'm sweating this shit. I got the Scully on. We love you, MERS. We just keeping it real right now. It's a story. Giving really people the truth. So I got on the gram and I was like, I said, yo, I was in my grimy
security voice.
Yeah, security voice. And I was like, yo, you said something in a conversation about being a clown. I said, you're no longer a clown no more. You're a target. And and I posted the shit. It was all serious on this serious shit, and I was pissed off, and he was, So, after that, we talked again, and we basically just both said, like, it's not worth 15, 16 years of friendship and enjoying hip-hop music. Mm-hmm. But in the same sense, when you share something with someone and you knew that I was doing it, come on, bro. It made me have to retrack all of my steps. We're rebuilding the whole concept over again. Yeah, we had to stop.
It took wind out of the sail.
It took a lot out of it, just to be honest. And, a lot of people got online and, that's salty and that's this and that's, and I became the bad guy, and I was like, damn, that's not what I really wanted to happen. That was not my intentions. Yeah. Even though I can take responsibility for instigating, part of it just by the way that I approached it, and that taught me a lesson. I don't fuck with Instagram and do all of that shit like that, and that was the lesson.
You gotta be careful about.
And real bad men move in silence.
Yeah, so, that was really what it was about, and then after that, he was like, he invited me for Thanksgiving dinner, because, we had a serious talk about living in Los Angeles and me being out here totally by myself and, fending. I got a lot of friends. Associates, but I'm out here dolo. So that was one of the things, and then afterwards it was all good. But
that movie got to happen. Y'all got to make that. That's amazing.
We're gonna do it. It's something that's
I heard
really.
A kid jumped in the day after he did it and did a freestyle one. For 27 hours.
Yeah, no, a lot of
did you even check?
A lot of that shit is not even sanctioned, bro.
It's not
like a lot of the records, because we did the research. We was online and we was doing the research, and there was a lot of dudes out there. There was one dude in Spain that was 26. There was another dude from here that was 25. It was another dude that did. And, it was just like.
So does he hold the? Who holds the record right now?
I don't know. And oddly enough, we were going to address all of that, like in the film, like how this frenzy. I started that whole shit.
Dude, what happened to that first tape? That's the one I need to hear about. The fucking Rock the Bells one. The Rock the Bells one, the original one. The one where I was at Rock the Bells and you were there and you did the shit. You already did it. How many years ago was that shit?
That was almost like 13 years ago, 14 years ago now. It's been a while, man.
You did this 14 years ago.
11 years. I'm not 11, sure. I don't know. Like that. I don't know.
What happened with that? Somebody stole the tape.
Once again, that's the ugly face that follows Supernatural around a lot of times. It's like some of my greatest triumphs have been my greatest tragedies, and unfortunately.
Is it a fan of yours that just wanted to hold it, or someone was trying to sabotage you?
I have no clue about that to this very day.
What happened with that situation?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. The tapes just came up missing. That's it. They just came up missing.
Let our listeners know what happened. What happened with that?
When I first broke the world record for the longest freestyle, we shot over 100 hours worth of footage.
It was at Rock the Bells.
Yeah, the build up, the whole
San
day,
Bernardino,
backstage. The day after, interviews with me. The day after, some of the people that were there. Which was dope because it was at a hip hop event, so all the cats wanted to come through and just take a peek to see if it was really going down. So
I seen it,
and that's what really made shit dope because it was like Most came through, Talib came through, Strong Arm Steady came through, and I couldn't conversate with my homie, so I had to rhyme.
Yeah.
So that's what even made it doper. So when Most Def would come out, I'd say some Most Def shit, and when Talib, and it turned into something that was really ill, and
Shout out. It was a moment happening.
Yeah, it was a moment happening. Shout out to Repmatic and DJ Rocky Rock and, all of the people that participated, playing the music all that day. And, once we got done, we stockpiled the footage and we was getting ready to, edit it up and make a little movie out of it. And then about 3 weeks after it happened, I was back in New York. And
Who was in control of the tapes?
Chang Weisberg. And, Guerrilla Union pretty much was, at the end of the day, I didn't have him, so it wasn't in my control. His name, but not just Chang, it was Eric. Eric, I can't think of his last name, but his name was Eric. Eric what? Eric Payton, yeah.
He was in control of the tapes?
Yeah, he was in control of the tape. So I wouldn't say Chang per se. I would say Eric was the one, but he was hired through Guerrilla Union to shoot the footage.
He just came up like, I don't know where they are.
No, they got stolen.
Stolen.
He said the car was broken into.
Who has the tapes?
All of the tapes were stolen.
Somebody needs to return the tapes. I got a $5 reward.
You know?
Bring them in.
You know, so that's really what happened with that. And once again, like,
what did you do when you found that out? How was your reaction?
I was hurt. That's probably.
Did you wild out?
No, not at all.
You were just hurt.
It was a hard pill to swallow, if anything.
No, all that creative, all that. You know what you did that day?
I do. There's certain shit that when you in the zone, there's magic that's happening that I needed to go back and look at that shit and go, man, maybe I could recreate off of some of these parts. And, you know.
You could have had 5 albums off of that.
Yeah, but that's always a rough story for me because it's just like, damn, you know.
You don't want to be woulda, coulda, shoulda.
No.
But it's like, damn, what the fuck?
Well, that's why now, like, people go, yo, sometimes that is a little testy these days. It's not that I'm testy. It's just that I understand what I've put in the game and the shit that I'll tolerate and the shit that I won't tolerate. And that's really like, that's where it is with me now. It's like sometimes you can be too...
You a grown-ass man. You can't
can
take
be too
no
nice.
bullshit.
You can be too nice.
You've always been
business.
hella cordial. You've been like affable dude and shit. But I mean, like, it comes to a certain degree where it's like almost no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and that's really what it is. And I ain't no tough dude, and I ain't claiming to be. But, you know, at the end of the day, I know my worth. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about worth and value. You know, and a lot of artists, they don't know their worth nor their value.
No.
And if you don't know that in this industry, you will be exploited your entire career. And you also have to learn how to say no.
That's it.
All money is not good money.
Word.
Tell Shaw got one.
All money is not good money because sometimes, you know, you're undercutting yourself by underselling who you are. I'm a master at what I do.
Same.
I've mastered what I've done.
Same.
So I'm not saying give me 10 G's every time I touch the stage, but give me something worthy of the work that I've put in that's adequate. $500 is unacceptable. Don't call me with this type of shows. That's like...
That struggle rap shit out of here.
Yeah, I'm not with that. You know,
we ain't no struggle rappers around here, man.
And at the end of the day, it's like it's not about the biggest check. It's about the accumulation of many. You know, and if you can do that, then but sometimes you got to walk away to show a person, nah, man, I'm not. And you're not going to put a price on me.
Tell them the thing you told me, Shaw.
Well, some bridges is meant to be burned because you don't want those people coming back over that bridge to even fuck with you.
Well, yeah, that's an ancient warrior tactic.
And no is one of the strongest words in this thing.
Yeah, when I first came here and started directing, I met F. Gary Gray, and I asked him, you know, a bunch of questions, and I was like, what's your main advice, all the bullshit aside? Like, let's say I mastered my craft. How do I handle these people in Hollywood? I'm an outsider. And he was like, I was an outsider too. And he's like, the most powerful word is no. No. He's like, no.
Yeah.
And so the more I told people no, if they really want it, they come back and they get you what you want and more.
Yeah.
So if you
say no twice.
Yeah.
First offer.
The first deal is garbage. It's if you're going to take it here. Yeah. The second offer gets a little bit more real.
See how thirsty you are.
It's the third offer that's like where everybody's like, a good deal, both sides aren't supposed to be happy.
Yeah. Boom. And that's what I tell people a lot of times, even in this business, man. You got to really think like that. Everybody is not your friend. You have to look out for your best interests first and not be greedy. You know, that's really the key, too, because greed is just as worse. You know, being greedy just puts a reputation out about you that people go, yo, I'm not even fucking with him because he's arrogant beyond his own means, you know. So I just try to stay on a level playing field, and I have so many other things that I do outside of emceeing that keeps me, you know, flowing as well. You know, I teach a class in verbal self-defense. I actually just got...
Wait, what?
I got a class called Verbal Self-Defense where I teach kids articulation and through hip-hop music, you know, how to be better presenters, how to read more, you know, literacy.
How to snap on each other's
literacy,
moms.
like a literacy program.
Verbal self-defense?
Yeah.
Like capping?
No. Yeah. Well, no. To know how, perfect. No, I know he's just joking, but no, like knowing how to understand, like if you're being attacked in a business environment subtly. Yeah. You know, knowing how to detect when a person is, you know, throwing you under. This is verbal self-defense. People do it all the time. You just don't understand.
Like the little passive-aggressive shit. How to see it and deal with it.
But then we also, you know, it all goes back to rhyming. Because I always tell them that if you want to be a top MC, you got to know something. And in order to know something, you have to consume knowledge. And in order to do that, you got to read. Yeah. you know, and
not just Twitter.
And I always tell them to take their phones out, and I go, "Where you want to travel?" And people always kind of look at me, you know, like, "What is he talking about?" And I say, "You can read extensively on any place in the world, history, tyrants, kings, princesses, whatever you want to read." And we don't realize the power of the phone. We had to use fucking encyclopedias. Y'all better get with this shit. But
I was telling kids the other day, like, man, if I had the kind of shit y'all had, how y'all not A students?
A+ students.
So that's what
Are you
we do.
kidding me?
I was cheating good with no technology. How are y'all fucking up?
So this is how I stay afloat too, is by doing other things and saying no to certain things and saying yes.
So that's
to
for the
others.
youth. That's for young kids, teenagers.
Yeah, teenagers. I just went to Northern Arizona University, and I was offered an internship in the fall to come back and to actually
take?
Yeah, I'm taking it. Yeah, I'm going to go out and do it. Yeah, so I was offered an
man.
internship in the fall to come back as like a
Professor
Matt. Yeah, exactly. And
You are a professor.
I taught the class, and the kids just dug it so much. You know, like I was showing them how to sample beats, like they didn't really understand.
Wait,
like
what'd you just say?
I was showing them how to sample beats and chop beats up.
How
the
long
old
you
way.
been producing that?
Oh, man, for about 15, 16 years.
Now, that is something that people don't really know.
I got beastly beats. It took me a while before I got comfortable to even say that. You know, like, I'm one of those dudes that I don't put anything in the field until it's ready.
Well, you're around Primo and people who really make
Yeah, you
beastly
don't want to
beats.
say that. Yeah, you don't want to say
take it
that
lightly.
shit. You know what I mean?
Respect
Like,
the
you don't want to
craft.
be, yo, I'm nice. And,
Yeah, already.
No.
Already.
Ding,
Dude,
ding, ding, ding.
I started, that happened to me. I tried to start making beats, and I had like 6 producers in my crew, and I show them my little beats, and they're like, "Oh, that's cute," and I'm like, "All right."
Well, I started playing my shit for MCs. That's what I started. Like, Planet Asia came through, Razkaz came through, Elemental came through.
Swordsman.
Aguilar came through.
Swordsman.
You know, like all these dudes came through, and I played beats, and everybody just loved them. Like there was a lot of love for.
Who's used your beats though?
I haven't really produced anybody yet. Me, I produced a whole album for myself for the first time in my life. That's what I do want to talk about, is this album that I've done.
What's it called?
The Frequency.
The Frequency.
And basically, it's just trying to change the frequency of the music that we hear. That's the whole
I
concept.
heard you drop that earlier in the interview, talking about the frequencies. Look at you.
There you go. So
Look
that's
at you.
Yeah, you know, set shit up. But that's really what it's about. It was my first time ever taking a crack at producing a whole record,
Right.
and it was fun.
Huh.
I had a lot of fucking fun.
How many records on there?
10. You
10.
know, we kept it to 10. You know,
That's short.
that's
like
all you
what?
get paid for.
That's it.
So we kept it to 10.
10 makes it an LP.
Yeah. Youngsters, get up on some game.
Y'all don't know shit about that.
Yeah, you put them extra 12,
'Cause y'all
15
niggas-
songs, you
y'all
don't get no dough for those extras. They just extras.
They just extras.
They just
Fools
extras.
Fools don't know about
Now,
that.
if it pops off, the song pops off, of course you make something. But nah, them
Aight.
other ones, but you only get paid for those 10.
That's it. Y'all
So
don't know
I just
shit
put-
about that.
I just put the 10 on there and some cool interludes. And, you know, the record is yet to come out.
Any guess?
When's it gonna drop?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure
Summer
that out. Right now.
2017.
But what actually happened, though, to be honest, was after I completed my first album, producing it myself, something happened. A metamorphosis kind of happened inside of me, where when I know I'll be using big ass words, right? That's not that big. That means change, transform. No. So I changed on the inside and went back to making beats right after that, and I noticed there was a gradual incline every time I started touching the drum machine. You know, every time, and I started understanding shit different. That's what I say. You got to be in the moment sometimes to start to understand something that's been in front of your face all your life. I think all MCs should be able to make beats. Shit, you rhyme on them. You should be able to make them.
If you don't know drum patterns,
yeah.
what do you know?
Well, exactly. So you should be. Everybody can't do it. It's not for everybody.
It's
And
not.
I mean, and that's what I was teaching the kids in the course. Is like, there's an art to finding a sample. There's an art to chopping a sample. There's an art to looping it. There's an art to finding drums that fit the sample, not just playing the first drums you hear. All drums don't fit, you know. And these are all the things that a lot of people get mad at the youth, but you ain't teaching them.
You're not.
So you really can't totally be upset because it's not. That's why I'm like so proud of the Beat Junkies just opening up their school. Shout out to them.
Shout out
you
to
know,
the
the
Beat
academy.
Junkies.
You know, just
Matter of fact, Beat Junkies have a 24-hour channel on Dash.
yeah.
Shouts out
So
to
you know,
Dash.
like things like that further the culture, but also educate the culture. You know, you got to educate.
Can you do the me a favor? Can you teach kids about bass lines?
Oh God, I that was one of the
because
things
you nigga, all these fucking
all
the fucking 808 case. That's cool. That's fine. But you need to know about bass lines. That's where you need to bring a bass player in
They
there.
carry the music.
Thank you. Thank you.
Drums and bass are complementary to each other. I think that's the thing you have to know about making beats. If you're making beats, one of the things that I always say is listen for the instrumentation. Listen for the open music. You know, once you hear an open piece of music in the 5-part chord progression is the greatest for the chops. I'm gonna give y'all a little jewel, all right? So when you're listening for samples, and the sample might go like when Jay-Z had the sample that went. So if you count, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when you got chord progressions, it's always dope because once you chop those up into pieces, you can play them in any pattern, you know. And so for me, like I said, I started evolving. And
Did you go to school for it?
Production
or music?
No. I was just always I was definitely in tune. I started making music and playing music at 14 years old. You know, I can play the keyboards a little bit. I really
like
understand.
Music, like self-taught by ear.
Yeah,
by ear.
yeah. Just even with art too.
Can you read music?
No. Okay. Painting too. Like, you know, I'm a painter. I
heard about that.
Yeah, I got like a
Little
30.
Birdie told me.
I got like 30 pieces of art that's getting ready to.
Where are those at? You have them up anywhere?
Well, no, we're getting ready. We're working with DMA once again, my partner, to do our first art show. And it's going to be a freestyle curated art show. So all the pieces that I've painted, I have a beat that goes with each piece. And we're going to set the drum machine up in the middle of the spot.
Man, stop telling people.
Oh, yeah. Let me shut up.
No.
Because that's what happens.
That's what I've learned. Like,
I
like
forgot. I get excited, about creativity.
No,
but
you can't just say
anyway,
things.
yeah.
Do you have any of the paintings up on IG?
A few. I have one up there right now.
Pass them on.
Yeah. And,
oh, shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
He said, "Oh shit."
Yeah, it's not fly by night art. You know, it's like
pointillism on all of them. Like,
well, that's called stippling. That's,
stippling.
It's not. No.
This
I'm
nigga got vocabulary.
I'm just trying to be honest.
You
but
gonna
no,
have to do your
it's
Googles.
stippling. But
your Googles.
That's the technique that I kind of like.
It is stippling. What does that mean?
It's the putting dots on canvas.
Well, from far away, it's just dots. I mean, from far away, you see the image, but up close, it's just dots.
Yeah, it's basically like.
What'd you get into this?
I've been an art kid since junior high school. I've always been into art, but once again, having so much shit going on in your mind, you can't get to the good part all the time. You know, and when I started calming down and I moved to Los Angeles out of New York, and I wasn't running around in the streets as much and doing, you know, I kind of got I kind of got in a boring state, and I was bored, and I really started I used to doodle on a lot of shit.
Right.
And I had this one character that I would doodle all the time. It was the same face, and everybody used to tease me about it. Like,
you drawing
only
that face
thing that
again?
motherfucker could draw is that face. So I started taking that face and manipulating it into other characters, you know, like just slowly but surely, and was messing around with some paint pens on canvas, and somebody came in and was like, "You did that?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Damn, I didn't know you did art." And I was like, "Yeah, I kind of didn't either, but stumbled into it." So then I really started going hard. I went and started going buying paint and brushes, and I just started seeing shit different, and you know, it's really helping me to just open up other avenues.
Do you listen to music while you're painting?
Absolutely.
Well, the
Do you
stippling
freestyle while you're painting?
Sometimes.
The stippling is dope because it has that frequency vibe too, where it's like vibrating when you look at it.
Exactly, and it also anything that you know that takes you, like they say that when you lose focus in life, put beads on a string, take them off and do it again.
What do you mean?
Take them off and
Like
do it
that
again.
Jungle Brothers song.
Take the smallest bead,
right,
and make a pattern on a string. What it does is it calms the mind. It puts your mind back in a state where you calm again. Then you take it off and you do it again. What it is a tedious process of slowing your thought process down in order to get the creativity through. It's just a small exercise. This is some of the things that I teach in the class.
For real?
Yeah. So these are some of the things that I teach to the students.
To sign up to your class.
It's like, oh no, it's an incredible. It's good for adults, kids. It's not just for kids. It's really like
that was like a writer's block breaking technique or something too.
Yeah,
right
it's
there,
like changing your thought process to gain what you want in this world.
Like me with the spliff.
Yeah, they say that the universe will provide you anything you ask for.
Right.
My grandmother always used to say, but you got to be still enough to get it.
Huh.
That's some old wisdom. That's some old true wisdom.
You'll be quiet enough to hear it. Right?
Yeah. So that's really what the class consists of, and we have a good time. I've did it in Australia. I've did it in England. Did it in Belgium. Did it in Arizona, Boston, New York. And it's yet to really catch on. It's just like certain teachers, they say.
They dig it.
Yeah. There's this one cat named Dr. G up at Arizona University. He wrote a book called "Is There Genius in My Hip Hop?" Is there genius in my hip hop?
Is it a good book?
It's a good book, and he breaks
Where
down.
can I find it at? Amazon?
Yeah, you can find it on Amazon.
Okay.
And it kind of just breaks down like how we kind of overlook how brilliant hip hop music is, and
brilliant,
and how we take nothing and create these things. Like sampling is some of the it's a journey, dog. I love it. Like to roll up 2 big ass Bleezies, set those on top of the
2.
Yeah, 2. I always roll 2.
Yeah, me, so I always roll 2.
And I set them on top of the thing, and I go across. I live across the street from a record store. Like it's like putting crack across the street from a crackhead. I'm dead ass. Like it's really serious shit, and I have to really catch myself.
Like,
and go,
do too much.
Yeah, and not only is the store nice, they got like little snacks in the front. all the shit is in alphabetical order and in bins. There's no dust. Shout out to Glass House Records promoter.
Yeah, House.
So. And I started going in there on the regular. And what it does is this. I tell people, like, the journey of sampling is ill because you'll pick up a record and you go, damn, this chick looks sexy on the cover. I'm going to cop that. Okay. his afro is funny as fuck. I'm gonna cop that. Okay. Damn, them outfits is weird. But then some of them, the artist. Some of them, what's on the records. And so you buy like some blind records and you buy some shit and you go home. And that process of blowing those trees and listening for that part, that sweet part to hit your ear, then it's up to you to do what you do with it after that. And let me tell you something. I've been hitting a lot of them sweet parts lately. My shit is in the bag. I carry my weapon.
Shit out there.
I carry my weapon with me. I brought the drum machine today. I don't know if we have time to bust it.
You might not really have.
You can't really plug it up in here. I don't think like that anyway. But we'll do that another show. But I would love to come back. I'm trying to get a show up here. I know how to talk. Y'all heard that articulation shit? Give me a show on Dash Radio and let's get this done.
He wants to.
I want to call it the MC Forum, where we have discussions on the evolution of MCing.
I can help you with that once.
I've been in the radio game. You know what I mean? I know what to do.
I can probably help you with that.
Face for radio, bro.
Watch out.
Yo, son, watch out with that funny shit, man.
Hey, y'all, let's make noise from Supernatural coming through. One last thing I want to say to you. You get out of here. What was I thinking about? You, dude, don't tell everybody your plans no more.
No, that's the lesson learned. Let me tell you something. My godfather, God bless him, Mr. John Mason.
Yes, sir.
Probably one of the most toughest godfathers you could possibly have, but sometimes a tough teacher is the best one.
Oh, yeah.
A lenient teacher you don't learn.
Yo.
So I remember calling him and telling him what happened. He said, good. That's great. Good for you. You talk too much. And I just, you take it on the chin and you start to understand that everything is not to be shared with everyone. And the things that you do share, I try to share from a creative perspective for the world to take a look at. And my last thought of the day is that this hip-hop thing is a gift to all of us. Mm-hmm. And if y'all don't take that into consideration, it will soon be obliterated on every level and commercialized on a level where it'll never come back. Mm-hmm. So the veterans and to all of the golden era and the people that I call that came from the golden dimension, keep making music, but be a teacher now. You have to evolve into being a teacher and showing the how it's done.
Sure.
Give a little magic up. We can't hold all the tricks forever.
Don't preach that. Don't try to
apprenticeship.
Yeah, so
I say that too. Don't be too overly preachy at them and don't try to cater to them.
Right.
Do you.
Do us and show them the way. A lot of kids are interested. They're interested.
Oh, man. I come across like 16 and under fans of our shit all the time. And
y'all can hit me up at verbal self-defense, at gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at MC Supernatural,
right,
as well as the same thing on Instagram. And I post quite often. And also check me out on Instagram Live from time to time. We do a thing called Live in the Danger Room with Supernatural. Right. It's called Emoji Rockin'. So, check me out from time to time. I usually post up and let you know when I'm going on and to get it off. So that's what it is.
Thanks for coming through, bro.
Salute.
Appreciate you. Supernatural. All right. What's up, DJ Nick? Oh, not there because he's fired. Oh, my God. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, my God. You're on the mic now. You got to tell people what you guys are talking about.
Who's this?
No, I was just saying. I was saying how I first met Dizaster. The first time I seen Dizaster was in this MTV battle rap shit.
World Hip Hop Championship.
And it was a lot of little dudes in it that was,
G-Dep was in it.
G-Dep. Oh, God. G-Dep.
G-Dep was in it with us.
What was the other dude, the little kid from Harlem? I can't remember.
You talking about Busy Black?
Mace.
Busy Black was in it, but there was another one, Shay something. Shay Davis.
No, he wasn't in it, but Shay Davis was hanging out with us.
Oh, I thought Shay Davis was in it.
Nah, he never rapped, but Shay Davis was over there. He like the dude that started Smack, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so Shay Davis is like the real Smack.
He's one of the OGs, one of the OGs of the head-to-head battle shit.
Well, you were like a judge or something, or what?
Yeah, I was a judge. I was a correspondent. I was like, hey, Jim, we're on the side here, and Dizaster is up next. I was one of those type of...
No, but he basically, what he was saying earlier is like how he knew I was going to win the whole thing, and they all knew.
How did you know? How did you know?
Because he was just crazy. He was just saying...
In the eye of the tiger.
He wasn't as vicious then as he is now, but the still, viciousness that he showed that day... He just had a I don't give a fuck attitude.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? He don't care. So he don't care who he offends.
Where was it out here?
Vegas.
I'll be honest. From then to now, you took leaps and bounds.
Thank you, bro.
Nah, that's just real talk.
I know.
I'm just keeping it 1,000. That's real talk. He took leaps and bounds.
That,
I mean, that was a long time ago. You changed a lot since then.
Hell yeah. I feel like I was a kid back then.
How old were you?
Youngster.
I was 25 or 26.
Mm-hmm. So that was
I was a fucking kid.
Yeah,
bro.
but the dude dipped with all of the money.
He just bounced on you.
So they knew they
bounced
like.
On
so
him.
pretty much, this is what I thought they were planning. This is what I figured they were planning on doing. So they threw the fucking the championships, and in the championships, a lot of the rappers they were happy to have a chance to be on television. So they knew,
and MTV.
MTV.
So
they knew they were going to get these little guys to not really pay them $1 million at the end. It was going to be like, it's $1 million in prizes.
That was $1 million battle. I remember that.
Yeah, I tried it.
Okay, but look what happened.
Can't get in it. I'm like, how can I not get in this shit?
But look what happened.
It's like $1 million. Fuck it, I'll throw my hat in there.
Since I entered in that shit, and I was a real battler that had a real fan base, they started realizing that it leaked into battle rap, and I don't think they wanted that to happen. So people started calling up and sending text messages and paying $1 each.
Crooked Eye called me and was like, yo, is this truly $1 million? And I was like, I remember Crooked called me. He called me at the house, and I was like, I'm not. I said, that's what it says. It was on the site. They had the shit on the site.
It did spark my interest.
No, but they flew people out. They flew people out.
They had money, bro. And like, I don't know, the guy, I keep forgetting his name. The fucking Italian dude, bro.
The fucking Italians, man.
Maurizio. Yeah, bro.
What's your Italian accent?
Yeah, that fool's a fucked up dude.
Congeely Jackson, bring that money back.
Hey, look,
fucking
you fucking ass.
But no, he dipped out. And
hell yeah.
That was the last of it, but it was sad because I really was hurt for the contestants. Kids was really thinking that shit was gonna go down.
Man.
Shit, people was hurt. You tell somebody you
I wanna go across his chin if I ever see that dude,
you see what I mean?
Yeah,
you tell somebody you win $1 million.
Nah, man.
Because technically he owes you $1 million.
Yeah, I'm bro.
Wait,
he come out here. If I find out he's out here, because I don't know where he went and I don't know how to find him. But if I find out he's out here, I'm making some calls, bro.
Hey, bounty hunters, freelance bounty hunters. I'll find this dude for fucking
Throw me a couple of racks. facts, we good. All right? Since we bringing this up, I'm kind of letting people know you a millionaire. Dizaster's a millionaire, y'all.
wait,
All y'all battle rappers, he's
Now
a
listen,
fucking millionaire.
listen.
Get that motherfucker.
We had Diz on last week. We brought him in this week again it's basically part 2 of Dizaster. And actually, you guys are both on the first episode of BLOOP that got extended to 2 hours. Make some noise for BLOOP, y'all.
Bloop, bloop.
2 hours on BLOOP now. We're 2 hours up in here. We're looking for a new DJ because DJ Nig is fired. He's fired. And but last week we were talking to Diz, and Diz, we were talking about this situation that happened in downtown LA, where Diz was battling a man named Cannabis.
Oh, yeah, there's a funny-ass video.
Oh, yeah, with you there.
That's the best.
Now, the funny thing is,
it's funny.
I was there, too. It seems like I'm there when a lot of shit happens.
Yeah, I think
A lot of controversy.
fucking agent.
It's you, bro. You show up with your fucking
COINTEL, he's hip hop COINTEL pro.
Knew it,
When you see
motherfucker.
him with his pit bull out of
Don't
the
worry,
van,
I'ma
shit's
send-
gonna go sour as
I'm
shit.
sending the red, black, and green team to see
It was
you.
me. I was there with ukulele, and I seen you stroll in.
Yeah. He called me.
He was-
He asked me.
he
He
called
called
you.
me. No, he called me.
What'd
he
he
was
say?
like,
What
he said, "Yo, this whole thing got bizarre afterward. Me and you talked about this.
Yeah, I know.
got really strange afterward.
Okay.
But the lead up to it was he called me. His trainer, my man who trains, he's a MMA cat. He was like, "Yo, Biss is battling today. Yo, you need to come get in his corner. Well, you know, some boxing."
He
shit.
sounds like that.
Yeah, that's how he sounds. His name's Dewey Cooper,
that
the
sounds
Black
like
Cobra.
a cool,
He's a
scary
Black Cobra.
motherfucker
Yeah.
right
It's
there.
doing, he's like
he is.
he's a black belt, right?
This motherfucker is. He's paramilitary, some real shit.
He sounds like it.
He trained me a little bit.
Blackwater.
Was not nice. he knows Dewey. He knows who Dewey is.
Dewey.
So, yeah,
He's serious
scary.
cat.
Yeah, he's serious cat.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Yo, come home, help Biss, whatever." So I got there, and I remember I went to the hotel room, and I was just like, the energy, the vibe was very strange when I got out the car, and I was like, man, a dude is getting ready to battle. I knew what he was capable of. So I'm thinking, you ain't in the beast mode. I don't smell funk on you.
I never talked to you about this.
I
So
said,
how
no,
is he acting?
No,
like he?
no,
how,
this is real talk. You're gonna get a little insight.
yeah,
You like
yeah,
this
I
shit.
know that
These motherfuckers.
Oh man, I'm all in.
It's a certain essence of battle MCs that when you're preparing to go to war, I don't like a lot of people around. Me personally, I don't know if that's how he was. But for me personally, people was in the dressing room smoking cigarettes. It was all type of people running in and out. And I'm like, you getting ready to get it on, dog. Like, you better get your shit right. This dude ain't no chump.
Did you see the notepad?
Anyway.
For the record, I have the notepad.
Yeah, that's dude. No, you better. You need to have it put in a light box. You know
laminated
what
it.
No, you know what a shadow box is. You know what a shadow box
No.
is. A shadow box is like where you take a picture and you sink it into like. You ever seen like a picture and it seems like it's back off?
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
put it in a shadow box and keep
That's
it as
sick. No,
that's
I
something
laminated
special.
the shit out of it.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
Shouldn't have laminated. It's worthless now.
I just don't want. I just don't want the papers to get fucked up.
That's
like
why
this
you
shit.
put it in a shadow box
Yeah,
and
yeah.
dust cover, and then you,
It needs to
that
go in
would've-
the Smithsonian.
It's a lot cheaper to put it
Smithsonian.
through the food processor.
No, for real though, that's a relic. You got to keep
Yeah.
shit. But anyway,
When I say laminated, by the way, I mean I vacuum sealed it with my food
oh,
processor.
cool. Now, like, damn, I thought you laminated like all of. I was like, damn, he fucked that up.
No.
No,
I
okay.
just put it in a food, sealed it tight so the
good
pages
deal.
stay good forever.
Good deal. Because first of all, that was one of the things in the battle that was so bizarre to me, and I don't even mean bizarre. It was like, man, I went through some emotional shit that night watching the whole thing because it was like, I like Diz, I like both of them.
Yeah.
And I went strictly as a spectator for the sport.
Right.
It looked
So-
like you was with him, though.
I was standing right behind
On
him.
his team.
No, but
Yeah,
we
we
even
standing-
talked
yeah, we-
before.
yeah, I
He's
told
like,
him
you
that.
know what it is, and I was like,
I was like, this is what it is. I'm
we
just
were
standing
both
there.
cool with it. I wanted
Yeah,
like
so
whatever.
I was standing there, and when the battle started jumping off, it was cool the first 5 to 10 minutes, but then it seemed like to me like watching a circuit blow in somebody's brain. Like something popped.
Yeah.
Something snapped, and he went into, I'm going to tell the world the truth. You don't want me to shine. Like he was a robot just, he was coming
Oh,
with,
do you feel like that
with-
happened when he went into his
No, I'm
mixtape
saying,
shit?
yeah.
I mean,
And
his
went into
old
Ron,
records?
yeah, old record. Something snapped. And as
Yeah.
I watched it, I was like, it's already over. And that one line you said, like,
The
that
lean
was-
on, the shoulder to lean on
No,
line.
not that one. Nah, like
Put my dog to sleep. Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
That part right there was
that
like
shit hurt.
It hurt to see one of my brothers like. But the thing for me was, it's funny. You see me like in the video after the shit is over, and I got my hand on my face because that's one of the things I do when I'm thinking like, what the fuck's going on? And then he goes, you know, I still want to spit my shit, and you just see my finger.
No,
drop.
he even did it after the battle was over.
Oh, I went out to eat with him and everything afterward.
What was it like?
It was like he was in a different world.
You went tripping.
So
He tried to pay for my food and everything. I was like, bro, you just lost the battle. You don't got to pay for me and my wife's food. None of that. Like, I did you for you. Let's not take this shit too serious. You know, it is just a form of entertainment.
Right.
But
you remember how long you were just talking about how it was for you after you lost to Craig G. That shit sticks.
Oh yeah,
for a minute.
It follows you.
When you got a name, like you become like the butt of the Notebook. You're the joke. You're like the butt of a joke.
So for me, it was just like it wasn't my battle, but I felt for the brother, you know, and I also celebrated.
It's hip hop.
A young motherfucker coming up and doing what he did. You know what I mean? It's that simple. I try not to give too much accolades to things that don't deserve it, but shit that's real, you just show love, and that's the bottom line.
That's real,
you know,
bro.
and that's just really where I'm at. I'm not into cheerleading for nobody. At the end of the day, if you a gladiator and you come in,
right,
and you throw your knuckles and you live to tell your story, salute to you. You lose, salute to you, because with every defeat, there's a seed of education that comes with that.
That shit's crazy, man.
You know, so me, like I told you, I live by the code of the samurai. My shit is a little bit different, but just seeing that, and then all the crazy shit afterward, the writing about, you know, being kidnapped, and, you know, it was a lot of
that wasn't him.
Oh, somebody else wrote that.
They were doing him dirty, bro.
Oh, okay.
They're like, I got kidnapped by aliens. A whole article came out that was supposedly a statement from his camp.
Well, it was supposed to be a letter. It was supposed to be.
And it wasn't him.
Okay, well,
yeah. Because people that's why I started feeling
crazy,
bad.
and that's what I mean.
Do you know the story, though? Like, what happened in Cannabis? Because I was telling it.
I didn't know.
It's
he got
true,
picked
right?
up in Canada and all that shit.
Right. So that's how he smashed his arm, right? Yeah.
That's how. But that whole story is nuts.
Yeah, it is insane.
You know, so
you heard
and that wasn't written. He told me that.
He told you that?
He told me that story.
What did he say?
Okay, so he probably knows it more accurately.
That's a little bit more personal. I'm not going to put the man's business out there like that. I still have a certain level of respect and camaraderie.
Yeah, that's real.
No.
What's up with that 2-on-2 though?
Whenever you're ready.
Wait. What are you talking about?
We've always talked about.
Me and him talk. Me and Dizaster talk. So
what's the 2-on-2 idea?
We was thinking about having like me and Dizaster versus somebody else.
Who?
We don't know.
I know.
We don't want to give too much.
Why don't y'all battle some?
You know what? I'm still thinking about it because I got some plugs right now.
It gotta be worth my while, man. For me,
right.
Who do you want next?
I'm gonna take care of them, but I got some plugs, bro. I might be able to make it.
I'm in such a high creative space. For me though, battling for me, at the end of the day, and I always tell people this, I'm an MC that battles when necessary. Battling for sport for me. I've won enough titles.
So it has to mean something.
Yeah, it still has to mean something. Like, I'd rather sit at home and make beats and smoke blunts than to be on stage battling somebody at this point in my career. Because the ultimate battle is putting out some good fucking music.
You ain't fucking lying.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I was thinking, though? Like, doing like a battle, but like mixing it up so it's not like unfair or it doesn't have
I have a whole battle.
This is what I mean.
Wait.
No, but this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Like me and you versus someone like the Source and Juice. Like what I'm trying to say is I don't want to categorize what we do as the older heads versus the younger heads.
No, it's just
freestylers
MCs against fucking MCs.
Exactly, but no, not the freestylers versus the writtens. I wanted it to be a fair enough playing field for where it's one of the newer guys, one of the older guys with one of the newer guys and one of the older guys.
Newer guys. Both of y'all are old guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, we are.
Dizaster, you ain't new.
Yeah.
But anyway, trying to put himself in there. Fuck out of here, Dizaster. You ain't the newer guy. You're the older guy. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
No,
He said newer guy.
So no, but this is what I want to say.
So who's the young guy on your team?
No, we're talking about the school of hip
No, he's
hop.
just talking about the school of
We're the era. We're talking about the era.
This is a perfect introduction for what I forgot to talk about this. This is a perfect introduction to tell y'all what we're working on. We have a freestyle thing that also, I'm trying to unite this shit as well to do a showcase. And we're putting together a thing called the Freestyle Federation. And it's going to be a universal league of freestylers from around the world. We're trying to all bring together under one roof, under one circuit, to be able to start to regulate some of the bullshit that goes on, some of the words that are thrown out of people's mouths. Everything is not a freestyle that's written. You know, we're gonna start redefining some things.
Man, I would
and
love
me
that.
being a spokesperson for freestyle and one of the dudes that's done it the longest, I figured that what better way to get a lot of people on the same page so we could start doing shows. One thing watching, I can only watch so much of that shit.
Of what?
Battling.
Like, because he's saying it's just very recycled and there's no real fucking.
I come through, I air the block out with the hammer.
That shit's the most garbage shit ever.
And when I bust the hammer, it's with proper grammar.
That's why we need people like Supernat, man, because it
That
became.
shit makes me laugh.
You know
after
what's
a while.
messed up too, though? It's became like a cultural thing, and it became like it's like a black versus non-black thing, and it became like to where it's a black thing to do that, and you have to be.
That's why I said
to be
bring
from
everybody
We
under
need
one
cats
roof.
like you and
That's
No
why I
Can Do
said.
that make the culture. These fools are dumbing down shit, and it's becoming like the mainstream. The same way you see Lil Yachty and them doing that mainstream, we got that in battle rap. The conscious brothers right now are not popping like the ones that are just saying, I'm going to come in here and sell rock to your mom and fucking knock out your little brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, those are
tie
the
your
dudes.
kids up and all of that.
And the thing is it's attracting the fans that only want to hear that. So when you get a conscious brother that comes up there and spits some real shit, goes into whatever, like Pan-Africanism, whatever, something that's deep, that actually means something, dudes will be up there like.
Goes right over their head.
It's kind of sad, man.
It
I
is.
hope you do some shit like that where there's some kind of regulating, because I'm all about that.
This is, and not even saying that I'm a dude to regulate shit. I'm just creating an organization where when we come and sit down at the round table, we're talking about some credible shit and pushing the culture forward. The battle culture, the freestyle culture too, not just battling.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Freestyling is a lost fucking art.
Because it's
and everybody
from the
can't
heart.
do it.
Yeah.
Everybody can't
Wait,
do
but
it.
huh, listen, they do it. They be freestyling in the
But it's
in the
very
studio,
minimal.
and they freestyle for a whole track for the trash, and then they stop. They pick one thing that's good out of it. They stop. They keep that. And then they go back and then they add to it. That's how they make music right now.
Yeah, but the sad part is
That's still not freestyling.
That's a cool way of making music. Like, I make music freestyling.
I mean,
as well.
you're kind of freestyling when
No,
you're
it's
writing.
not, because you having different takes, and to be able to freestyle, you have to do it on the spot, and there is no like the way you're talking about it is pretty much.
That's pre-production.
No, but hold on. The whole point in freestyling is being relevant every time you open your mouth. That's a good freestyler in the moment.
In the moment.
If you're going, go to the spot, and then you just go to the spot, that don't mean you a good freestyler, bro.
That don't mean you a good freestyler,
That don't mean
bro.
you a good freestyler. That means you literally got an editor, a good editor.
good
That's
editor.
what you got.
Yeah.
You a good editation.
Me, I've been lucky enough to do tracks in one
Hey,
take before.
So you've done shit with fools. Who you know who's out there who's known for like claiming they're freestyling, who's not freestyling?
Holy shit! Everybody on Hot 97.
Ooh, like who?
He said it.
Everybody that comes up there.
You gotta understand there's
King
a
Lowe's
difference.
freestyles. Yeah, King Lowe's freestyles.
But sometimes Los will go into his
some written shit.
He knows how to. Los is a master at mixing writtens and freestyle.
Which is what you should do.
Like how Juice was. How Juice
Yeah,
was.
but see me, I'm
You're
raw and
free.
cut.
Yeah.
It's
And
just free.
you know what? I'm one of the only dudes that's like this motherfucker, because when I freestyle to a beat, you ain't about to hear no premeditated bars. I'm about to just go.
Right.
I don't care what it
and
sounds
guess what?
like.
And don't that shit feel good?
It feels like the best shit ever. It's
Exactly.
from your
By
heart,
the way,
bro. There's
Diz,
no fakeness
props
to
to the thing I heard about you did for your moms yesterday.
Oh yeah, good looking out, big dog. Mama got to get some bars too, man. You know, I did
That's
that
what
shit.
you was talking
You did
about.
a
I
rhyme
didn't know what
did
you
a
was
rhyme
talking
for your mother?
Yeah.
I didn't know what you
I
was
made her
talking
cry
about.
and all that shit. She started breaking down.
She cried.
Yeah.
Is it
she's
up?
tearing
Can I
crazy.
see it?
Yeah, it's on my Instagram and it's on my YouTube. So
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much.
See, Dizaster does have a heart, you guys.
Yeah.
He's not
mama,
his
man.
heart is not as black as it may seem. He's a nice guy.
Nah, but yo, for real, that was like one of the most fucking exhilarating experiences I've ever had rapping to someone. It's the most nervous I've been to rap to somebody.
His mother.
Rapping to moms?
Yeah.
Oh, so you filmed yourself
I've been in a
rapping
million
to it?
battles and I never got the butterflies I got before I started rapping for her. I was like, and then it just came out, but it was like so hard to. And
She started bawling too.
Yeah,
crying.
because we lost our grandma last year, you know what I'm saying? And that's her
Rest
mom.
in peace. Rest in
Thank you,
peace.
man. And she, you know, Mother's Day is like the hardest shit for her, and I know she was depressed.
For a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly, man. So that's kind of what this video is about. I'm talking about people don't get the chance to say what they have to say to your mom now, you know what I'm saying? Because it's
Give them the roses while they can
but
smell
as
them.
men, but as men, bro, look, as men,
have a song named
it's
that.
hard
Not
for
that.
us. Listen,
called
as
Give 'Em
men,
Flowers.
it's hard for us to express ourselves all the time. And it's hard for us to be like, I love you and all the time like that. But you gotta let them know in some way. Stop being so like she grew up in a house full of men and we're all like masculine as shit. So like she never gets
Lebanese.
compassion. And it's like nobody, like in a lot of our moms, we don't tell them every day how much we love them. We might give them a little gift or some shit, but that's really nothing in return to what
Not
they
my
put in their
mama.
whole life. Yeah,
My
you a good guy.
Mama, I love you.
No,
Mama.
we all got it in
I love
us.
you,
No,
Mama.
the thing is, we all got it in us to be like that. You just got to see other people do it, so you do it, and that's kind of another reason I'm happy I put that out there.
I took mine
Yeah,
to
man.
Jamaica last year. We had a fucking ball.
Hell yeah, that's amazing. I can't wait till I can take her vacation, man. That's coming. That's coming.
Hey, listen. We've been talking about rap. We've been talking about mamas.
Conspiracy theories.
What's up with your politics, Nat?
My politic game is always tight. I told you what I do. You know
Okay,
what I
now
do.
listen. Your politics. What you feel about the situation in this country right now?
Forrest Bump.
Yeah, I don't even say his name. It's called Drumpf because that's his real fucking name.
I mean,
What the fuck? What, in your opinion, speak with these brothers right here. I'm gonna step out for a second because I gotta go check some niggas. But what do you think happened? How did we get here?
How do we get there?
How do we get to where we are right now?
Classic American, good old ingenuity.
Talking with my brothers right here. I'll be back here.
And the lies of the world. I mean, at the end of the day, marketing is an amazing tool. And when you got enough money to market yourself to the masses, you can put on a mask and fool the people into thinking exactly what you want them to think. That's why you would buy the cereal box when you was a kid, and the toy would look this big on the front of the box. But when you got your hand in the shit, it was like super tiny, and you felt duped.
The okey doke.
Yeah, and that's what happened to America. They got duped, and I think that it was all a joke, and everybody thought it was funny at first.
Everybody was trolling, and it was
No, it was something to talk about.
Yeah.
No, if Trump does this, if this,
Right.
this, that, and then it actually happened. And then after it actually happened, people started to retrace some of the shit that was said and go back into some of these interviews that you can go look at and you go, damn, I got duped, you know? And I don't feel sorry for America in the sense that you have a president like that. It shows you where we live. America is based off of business and commerce. It's based off of the dollar.
That's 100% true.
And when you take a person like Donald Trump, he exemplifies the epitome of the picture of American business, American ingenuity, and last but not least, American theft. You know, so when somebody like that makes it into office, we have to deal with the ramifications of that after that. You got to deal with it. It's like, I'm not mad that Trump is the president. I understand that there will be a tyrant elected every few, 5 years. Right?
For me, I don't believe like the president even matters. I feel like it's always going to be whoever.
It's the delegates and the constituents around him that really control the
It's
shit.
the corporations that control them.
Which goes by the deep state, as most people have been talking about for a long time. The deep state is the part of our government that never changes. So this is why I don't take too much to Trump. Like I don't look at him in this crazy value because I know that there's a point where even though they say he could do executive orders, there's someone in his ear like, check this out, bro. You're going to sign this and you're going to go out there and say that and there's nothing you could do about it.
Exactly. And then you have to understand something. The consumption of fear is the number one factor to get anybody to do anything you want in this world.
The best drug.
So fear to most people like myself and other people, it should be crippling. But to a person like that, if you could put people in a state of fear to where they don't want something to happen, then it happens, then the fear even increases because you're sitting in a state and you're going, damn, what is he going to do next? What is he going to do next?
I feel like you're making a reference to also like why we went to war after 9/11 to Iraq.
It was pure fear.
They pretty much needed to, and this goes with the conspiracy theories you want to talk about. They needed us to go to war And they needed a way to scare the American people, because the American people are never going to be like, yeah, let's go bomb other fucking countries, because the people, we're all normal motherfuckers. They needed to but they needed to get in our emotions to where everybody was waving the American flag, and it was like, wait, you guys just came over here and slaughtered all of us. We all want the war. The reality is it was a compartmentalized margin of the government that did it. And I don't even think our American government bombed us. When people say like the American government fucking did 9/11, I feel like
you don't think that?
I think it's compartmentalized. Yes, I think it's a part of it, but I don't believe that the government actively works together to bomb their people like that.
Let me hear you freestyle about
it. You crazy.
Look.
Fuck it.
Go.
You putting me on the spot. Man, you putting me on the spot. 9/11 was the plot. Yeah, we seen them buildings get shot down, and then they tumbled, got cut from the foundation. What the fuck happened to a whole nation? Damn, I hate being put on the spot like that, but we gon' take it from the top like that. When the buildings fell, people and children started to yell. All the money in the businesses that started to sell, subcontracted different regions in the Middle East, just so we can fall victim to the fucking eye of the beast. We're too sick with it. Let's go, Super Nat, get with it.
It was the darkest hour. Start to feel the power. I was in New York when they shot down the Twin Towers. I was at home, sitting watching the TV, smoking a spliff, thinking freely. The phone rang. It was my cousin. He said, where you at, Nat? The buildings have been shot down in 3 seconds flat. I turn on channel 6 and I say, oh shit. I see a plane in the air and the building got hit. All I seen was smokes and bricks. Then they started to crumble and then I started to cry and shit. I went outside that day. It was so hot on the block. Silence everywhere, you heard a pin drop. Not one cop, nobody in New York was walking. Everybody was at home, everybody talking. Who did it? Was it Osama or Bin Laden? No, it wasn't them, homeboy, I beg your pardon. Let's start and understand intelligence. I know who did it. Yo, I point the finger at the government.
Whoa.
Woo, God damn. Oh, shit.
Sorry for putting you on the spotlight. I figure you guys are freestyle rappers, so you
gotta draw that picture.
Sorry for interrupting.
I was there though.
You
That's
really
why
went into it like on some visual shit. Hey, that's crazy.
I was there. That's
crazy.
the power of the visual freestyle shit.
Yeah, bro.
See, I had a reference to take from. I felt that shit.
Dude,
I could see the smoke from my fucking roof.
I watched it from Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, we went on the roof.
Same way.
And that shit was
What's
the
that feeling?
scariest.
What's that feeling
I
inside
will be
of you?
honest.
Did you think it was over? Did you think it was
No, I'm
going
gonna tell you
down?
the God's honest truth. I had just got back from Amsterdam 2 weeks prior to this happening. I had about $2,000 worth of guilders in my pocket. This is before the
Guilders,
euro.
I
Before
know.
the euro,
Guilders.
yeah, before the euro had changed to the euro. So I woke up that morning with every intent to go to the city to where the World
your
Trade
business,
Center
to get your
to trade my money and
currency.
get my paper.
Damn, you
And-
go over there to trade the shit down.
well, you know that they had a Forex there.
And you close by, yeah.
I was like, I'll just go there, and it makes it easier. You know, banks wouldn't do that back then. You couldn't take that shit into a
So
bank.
when you woke up, it was already bombed.
So I was already thinking to myself, I wake up, and it was really, I remember it rained stupid hard the night before. I mean hard. To where, you know, that shit where you can't see outside the window that far? That shit. And then the next day the sun came out. And it was so bright and clear and fresh. And that's when you wake up in New York, you go, yeah, I'm going to the city today. Go get some kicks, go do this. I was like, yeah, my whole day was planned out. And the phone rang. I was just like this on the doorknob. And usually I would just walk out.
But
It was my house phone. And I
this nigga
said,
had a house phone.
hell
Yeah,
All of us did at that point. Landline.
I didn't have no cell phone. We had a cell phone. A landline and a pager. It was a landline and a pager.
Sky pages. Shit, I don't even know what the fuck.
But the phone rang and it was my cousin, like I just said in the rhyme. And I was like, he was like, where you going? I said, I'm going to the city. I said, you want to meet me there? He's like, turn on the TV. And that's when I turned on the TV and I just plopped down in my chair and I was like, because I've been studying conspiracy shit before it was popular.
Right. Same here.
Let me just
Same
keep
here.
it 1,000.
Everybody on the microphone has right.
Before it became popular, before the internet, there were books like Leviathan 666, a lot
The
of
Matrix.
You
Not
probably
the,
read
not the
Matrix.
movie.
Behold the Pale Horse.
Yeah,
Behold the
say
Pale
that shit.
Horse, you know, with
You
all
know
of
about the
these-
Turner Diaries?
I haven't, but I'll check them out.
Oh, man.
But when I plopped down and I seen that, I mean, I just was devastated because I knew the magnitude of what really was going on.
Right.
And the rest of the country was yet to know. You know, New York, you're getting news
See, that's another thing.
Well, yeah, it's live.
Being in New York City at that moment, there's a lot of news that y'all never seen that got erased.
Yo,
Like what?
Just shit
Like
that...
them knowing, like them predicting one of the buildings falling 30 seconds in advance, bro.
Yeah, it was so much.
Building 7.
Yeah, 30 seconds in advance, they said it went down, and then it went down.
There was so much shit that, went on. At the end of the day, all I say is this, though, and my father used to say this to me when I was a kid, the only way to kill any conspiracy is to talk about it and to understand it. And to understand that it really doesn't exist, because a conspiracy is made to conceal. You're not supposed to be able to understand that it's there. So a lot of things that you see are not what they are. And I'm not trying to confuse you with that. It's like I'm saying the things that you see that have happened over
definitely
the last,
not what they are,
no,
period.
Because it's a distraction.
Everything, he's saying.
Everything is a planned distraction. If you've ever read The Art of War or The 48 Laws of Power, or
you have to throw people off.
Some of the teachings of the I Ching.
So what was the distraction in the
The distraction was
bombing?
the fucking buildings falling while you got people in Africa, whole families being raped and eradicated, the land being raped for its resources. See, and we can talk about conspiracies, but talk about the real conspiracy of the robbery of the motherland and all the other indigenous places on the world.
Tell them.
Where there are minerals and
Speak
oil.
on it.
But you know what's crazy?
That's the ultimate.
That's why Mansa Musa.
All the presidents of the African countries sold their people out, and that's mainly
this is what I'm talking about. But you have to understand something that stems from one thing: the lack of. And if you have an evil man that brings, that's how any indigenous people were overthrown. The Indians were the same way. The lack of, take this, here's a blanket, you're cold. Yeah, this shit is diseased.
Or convenience.
But
right.
Once you see that's how crime starts. It's just
from
like
a lack of
poverty.
Hell yeah, poverty. I agree. Poverty. 100%.
Poverty is the number one cause of
crime.
Greed, crime, destruction in this world. So poverty and greed is, listen to those two words. One means that you don't have. The other one means you have too much. So you get stuck in this weird middle place, and that's when you get these type of criminals that'll say, let's blow this building up while we really are over here harvesting organs, taking valuable metals.
That's all real shit, too.
That's
the
real
game is real as
Yo,
fuck.
Chicago and the gangs and where are these missing girls and all that
stuff, child trafficking.
And get out.
So guess what? You got people talking
showing
about
you that
Trump's
shit.
hairdo. That's what I mean, the distractions. You got them worried about. You were talking about fucking
It's pretty
Kanye
pathetic.
meeting Steve Harvey. There are real problems that we can go on. Motherfuckers watch Vice TV sometimes. Some of the most incredible corresponding work out right now that gets up close and allows you to see that. So as far as from 9/11 to any other conspiracy, us walking on the moon or anything, we
believe the same shit.
This is all contrived to keep you talking.
Hey, hold up, I'm gonna say this.
The moon's fake.
Let's take a break real quick. We're
It's
gonna listen to a song.
No, I
real
mean
quick,
the moon landing.
and then we're gonna come back and talk about all this shit and make some noise for you guys. Can you hang around a little bit, or you got to go deal with them trash ass Clippers?
Yeah,
the Clippers. The Clippers is
got
garbage.
the next.
Clippers need to get the fuck out of town.
Blue, 3.0. Blue, Raymond Brotoven. Catch up. We out.
It's Bloop here with Build Destroy 7, Corey Shaw, and your dude Lucky I Am 3.0.
Bang.
And we're blessed to be in the presence of two of the only remaining true freestylers, conscious MCs, and strong men in this industry that we have, in this world that we have of hip hop. Dizaster
Trying to fix this.
and MC Supernatural. Make some noise, y'all. What's up? Thank y'all for being here. Yeah, man. We up in here. Hey, let's wrap it up, though. I'm going to let y'all wrap it up with whatever you want to say for the end. What's up?
Oh, yeah, man. Just, look out for some future endeavors in this game. And, we definitely going to always keep the word alive because it's the most important thing in hip-hop, and it's kind of what's going extinct right now is the word itself. And we here to protect that shit, and we got some shit coming soon, man. Without saying too much, but just expect some real shit.
When the homies get together, you know that we brewing up something. Me and Diz been talking for a while now, about trying to just help, not only just kill the culture, we try to help the culture. And I think we got a couple of ideas that we're going to share with y'all real soon. And I think y'all be truly surprised and happy, and y'all might get to see us, do some things.
Oh, what you talking about? Like collabs, or you're gonna take some? Are you gonna take somebody's head off?
No, well, collabs definitely on the horizon. That's for sure. Like I've been wanting to produce for this cat for a minute. I got some beats that I think that.
So you keep talking about all these beats.
Oh, I got you too. I got you, man.
Okay, man. Don't be trying to leave me out here.
Shut the up. I got beats though. So I'm definitely like getting into producing. My beats are made for MCs. Okay,
so
like
I want bass lines.
And I'm baseline heavy.
Hell yeah,
baseline heavy. There's some of my beats on the gram you can hear, but you don't get the full thing. But I will say at the end of the day. Any of the MCs out there that want to get down and make some music, and I said music, not just make, beats, music, holla at me because I really know how to develop artists, and I want to help some of these younger artists and other artists that haven't had an opportunity to get developed.
And help produce. Yeah. You're not just a beat maker.
Word is born.
A producer.
Word is born.
It's a difference, by the way.
Yeah.
There's niggas who make beats and there's producers.
Facts.
Don't get it twisted.
I produce. I used to make beats.
Every step of the way, yeah.
I used to make beats, and I'll say that. But now I am producing music. And I have some shit that if you're not a big boy, you can't rhyme.
You can't even rhyme.
Shit. No, for real. I've played certain beats.
It's not for everybody.
Let me tell you, I played one beat for Razkaz, right? And I love that. I'll tell this real quick and I'll go. So I played one beat for Razkaz, and I know I'll never get this beat cleared. Right. But it's a Prince sample.
Oh no.
And I flipped but the way that I flipped it showed it justice. I didn't destroy the record.
Yeah.
And I played it for Razkaz. He left the house, and about 20 minutes later he called. Yo, man, even if it's just a white label, like come on, man. That shit is hard. I flipped Darling Nikki, but I flipped Darling Nikki in a way that you've never heard it flipped before. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Bass heavy too.
Did he use it or what?
No, he didn't use it because I was like, shit, I'm gonna use it for something. See,
that's why. That's the problem with MCs who make beats.
No, I don't hard for myself.
They hard on the hard one for themselves.
No,
yes, they do. If they diss, you do.
But I tell you one thing about that Prince beat. I played that shit on Instagram, and it lets you know that his shit is straight up. They shut my shit down instantly. I mean, instantly.
Man, niggas is hammering the nails over here. We gonna wrap it up.
Just take a picture off that shit. Right?
But yo, man, thanks. Big up from Dizaster, Super Nat. We got some things in the mix. We got some things coming. I hope y'all keep up on the Bloop. This was a cool show today. Yeah. The DJ, I don't know where the fuck he was at.
He gone. He the fuck out of here. DJ Nick is dead.
But
I gave him the name, and it's rest in peace to the name. He's back to DJ Give now. You're done.
There we go. The homies.
Bloop, we out, y'all.
When I be up in this room with the pathetical, but cynical, I'm speaking to you. Lucky dude, 3.0, underground hero with European heroes. They heard of me in Germany, I'm permanently embedded in this. A minimalist, I give them a twist, was underrated, now I don't give a shit. I'm on the path to my success. How about